Okay, so this video is going to be very different from my normal videos because I have like hyper condensed the content that was supposed to be the full video, and I've shortened it and done kind of like this montagey way of showing you guys my painting process for this painting, because in the end I was like fine with it, and then I set it on my desk, and every time I passed by it I kind of liked it a little bit less. And what I decided to do was go into Procreate and take the painting as like a template and go from there. And so if watching that process and kind of seeing me fail and then sort of not fail, I think I like the Procreate painting. We're gonna see. So if that process sounds like something that would be enjoyable to you, feel free to stick around. I'm Rory Fluent, but feel free to call me Rory. I like to create dope art content and hopefully curate a chill atmosphere. So if that sounds good to you, maybe try doing those YouTube-y things, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not new around here, what is up, my dudes? I am super excited to get into this video. I start off, actually, for once, showing my sketching process. I don't always have sketch processes to show you guys because I really like to sketch with graphite when I'm watching my dad or my boyfriend play video games, and so a lot of that I do off camera, and sometimes the camera doesn't even like pick up my sketching lines because I am very light-handed, and then go over it with a colored pencil, which makes it a lot easier for people in my videos, or I guess people watching my videos, to see. But I actually thought the camera was doing a pretty good job of picking up what I was drawing. You can see next to the large painting, I have my sketchbook with a spread on it that I found really inspirational and really liked, specifically with this stingray in the bottom of the page that has sort of like coral growing on it. And I kind of wanted to take this idea and further it by maybe having coral grow through the stingray slash manta ray. Not totally sure what the difference is there. The ray, I guess I could call it. And so I took this idea of the coral growing on it and decided, okay, what if the ray kind of had like holes on it like Swiss cheese, and these corally growths were growing around it. And from there I just tried to make a painting, I guess. Are you talking to me? What are you doing? I also knew that in this piece I wanted to incorporate a set of sketches that I loved from like the video titled like New Style Spread or something like that, where there were these like floundery flatfish. You can actually see me flipping back and forth in the video right now to see those flounder. I really wanted to incorporate them as part of the piece, and I loved the sketch, which is why I'm kind of showing the process here, because I'm very happy with the sketch. It's just the painting that went horribly wrong. And I feel like I'm at this point in my art journey where I always love sketching and I always really enjoy my sketches, and even when I just kind of lightly paint them, I really like them and tend to not fuck them up. But after a certain point of like trying to render the drawing traditionally, I sometimes get stuck. It's specifically happening with these larger paintings, this one, and I just did another one with gouache that I couldn't even finish, and I was getting so discouraged that I was like, okay, we will take it into Procreate and we'll see if I can, fiddle with it and get it to look the way that I want in Procreate, because at least digitally I can kind of keep going over and over and over things and separate things into layers where I don't have to re-gouache over something and create a whole new base to then start over again from scratch. I can just delete a layer or add a layer. And it also like helps because the brushes sometimes are materials that I don't necessarily use in my traditional art. Like, for example, soft pastels. I have a couple soft pastel brushes that I absolutely adore the texture that they create in Procreate, but I don't know, I've never really liked pastels, specifically soft pastels, in my art traditionally. I'm more of a watercolored color pencil and gouache person with a smidge of Copic marker thrown in there. So, anyways, all of that to say that something went terribly wrong when I was painting this piece, and I don't think I will ever know exactly what it was. I think a combination of not being used to painting this size and maybe the paper. I'm wishy-washy on Arch's cold press paper, so that could also be it. But honestly, because it happened again, I'm just thinking I'm scaling up a little bit too quickly. I'm much used to working smaller, and I think that I have an easier time getting the brush strokes that I want smaller because I've been practicing for years, and I just need to scale it back and probably like cut the Arch's watercolor paper in half, and since it's a 16 by 20, you know, do like a 10 by 16 or a 8 by 20, no, that whatever, however cutting it in half would work. I think that having it would do me good, and that's probably what I'm gonna do in the future. You'll see that I've just kind of like overlapped a ton of footage of me painting because this whole painting process took me like days, and the fact that I ended up disliking it was just so disheartening, and I was like, I can't cut the footage, so I just can't bring myself to want to like chop up all the footage and not show you guys, you know, it. So you just get like this kind of montagey like, oh, what do they call it when they like scrapbook and they like tape a bunch of things on a page? Collage, like this collagey look into the chaotic mess that was trying to get this painting to work. I also think my color choices, like I was really, really inspired and excited by them, and then I used them and I went, I don't like these. Why did I do this? And when I don't like the colors in my paintings, I'm totally screwed. Like, it just takes an idea and a concept and maybe even a well-executed sketch, and it just chucks it into the garbage can, and then the garbage can catches on fire because my color choices really matter to me, and if I do not like them, I don't like what's happening, it just, the whole painting becomes a fucking nightmare for me, and that is exactly what happened here, honestly. The more I stared at those oranges, the more I was like, these are the kinds of oranges that I hate and despise. What is happening? Why did I use this? And there was just so much going back and forth and back and forth, and oh god, it was a nightmare. And in the end, you know, it was just kind of, I don't know, none of it sat well with me. Literally none of it. I didn't like any of it at all. And like I said, I just kept passing the piece in my bedroom, and I just kept being like, I don't like this. I don't like that it's here. I don't like that it's something that I've created, and it's not something that I'm very proud of. But that's okay, you know, and that's why we're gonna show it anyways, because not only is it important, you know, to show, you know, your fuck ups, but I also kind of feel like I made something good out of it, kind of, probably, in Procreate, and getting that Procreate painting to be what it is now, this painting was a part of that process, and so I am kind of happy to just acknowledge that and show you guys what a lot of work can look like in the end, and that is to say, it could be really great, or it can be really shitty. And you know, this collage of video footage that is sped up by like 5 times, 6 times speed, and was hours and hours of fucking around trying to get this to work, is just, you know, evidence, I guess, of the fact that not everything goes the way that you want it to, and that's okay, you know. In the video, I'm literally taking the tape off. I'm like not happy with it, but I'm not happy with it, and I'm just kind of like showing you guys the part of the piece that I kind of liked and just showing you some close-ups of, you know, everything that was going on it, and I just, I didn't like it. So this kind of segues into the second half of this video, which is going to be, I'm not sure actually what it's going to look like right now because I'm doing the voiceover of this part and then gonna try and figure out what the Procreate thing is going to look like because I didn't like film myself on Procreate, so you're probably just going to see like a time-lapse video of the process. So we'll see what that looks like here in a minute. So Procreate didn't get all of my time-lapse video, which is like super disconcerting. It only got like some of it. So you can see my sketching process on Procreate, how I've just created an image of my painting as like a template, lowered the opacity, and I'm just kind of like taking from it a little bit and trying to see what I like, laying down my colors, seeing what colors I like first, kind of creating a color, I guess you could say a color map of some kind where I'm trying to figure out what values I want where, and once I've figured that out, I kind of start the actual painting process. But you guys don't really see much of the full painting process. Like, you see a lot of it, but then like when I start painting the coral, it's like totally cut out and I don't know what happened. And then you can see kind of like this final painting that I've come up with, which I'm pretty happy with. You know, I really like it, and I hope that you guys too. So this is definitely like a little bit of a shorter video, but I hope that anyone who stuck around to the end enjoyed it. And you know, I know it's important to show the parts of our process that we don't like so much and that don't go so well, and this painting was definitely one of them, but I do like what I was able to make in Procreate, and so that was very helpful and definitely made me feel a little bit better about my painting in the first place. So yeah, I guess I will talk to you in the next video. Bye!